This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Police are investigating a shooting this morning in Waterville. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. Details are still limited at this time. Our Grace Blanchard joins us live in studio with the latest. Grace.
That's right, Beth. There are still a number of unanswered questions at this hour, but state police have confirmed that one person is dead following a shooting that took place on Highwood Street around 6:30 a.m., leaving nearby residents in shock and on edge.
Can't believe it happened. It's crazy. Especially right down the road from your house, you know?
A heavy police presence was seen on Highwood Street Wednesday as police worked to piece together the events surrounding a shooting that left one person dead.
I was outside with my daughter's dog in the parking lot right here on Highwood Street. I heard bang. I knew it was a gunshot. I cringed for a minute, and I looked, and then bang, 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 4 more shots. Looked over. I heard a car horn, but I did not realize that car had just been shot at. And I saw a guy take off for running.
Police have not released the identity of the adult male that was killed. Officials say there is no danger to the public, though they have not confirmed if a suspect is in custody.
I come back in my cab, and I seen police cars had his roadblock down there. The cars were all over the place. And I look in the parking lot, I see a blue car, doors open, driver's side window smashed out.
According to the superintendent of the Waterville school system, the area schools did go into a temporary lockout mode, but that was lifted about an hour later. State police say major crimes detectives are actively investigating the shooting. We will provide more information as it becomes available. Beth and Devin, back to you.
Grace, thank you. Meanwhile, around 100 victims, survivors, and family members of those lost in the October 25th Lewiston mass shooting gathered in Lewiston today to announce federal lawsuits for what they say are missed signs that could have possibly prevented the tragedy. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has details.
Family members of the victims and survivors of the Lewiston mass shooting announced on Tuesday that they are filing legal action against the United States Army.
We are announcing today that we have served a legal claim on the federal government for the failures of the federal government and the Army Reserve and the Army medical providers to have taken steps that would have prevented this mass shooting.
According to Ben Gideon and Travis Brennan, 2 lawyers representing around 100 victims, survivors, and family members affected by the October 25th Lewiston mass shooting, there were 3 times in which the Army Reserve failed to act that could have possibly prevented the tragedy from occurring. One of those times was in May 2023, when the Army first became aware of his declining mental status from Robert Card's son. The second being his July hospitalization in a mental health facility near West Point. And the third being the threats made by Card to fellow Army reservists that were scared he was going to snap and commit a mass shooting.
Despite all those warning signs, and despite the recommendation from Robert Card's medical providers that he be separated from his firearms, the Army broke that promise and failed to do that.
Gideon says their lawsuit will also address how the Army Reserve failed Robert Card. Family members who lost their loved ones shared their thoughts on what they say are missed red flags.
As terrible as the shooting was, it's even more tragic that there were many opportunities to prevent this.
It's impossible to know whether this tragedy could have been prevented, but obviously there are several steps that could have been taken to prevent this tragedy.
Lawyers say they expect this case could take up to a few years to get resolved in the courts. In Lewiston, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, 2 people in Bedford, New Hampshire were found dead in their home Sunday night. While the cause of death is still under investigation, officials with the New Hampshire's Department of Safety suspect a common household issue that is sometimes called the silent killer. With colder weather now upon us, our Doug Banks spoke with Bangor's Assistant Fire Chief to share how folks can stay safe.
On Sunday, Bedford, New Hampshire's Fire and Police Department responded to a medical call. Upon arrival, they found a male and female dead inside the home. An official cause of death has not been released. However, following a preliminary investigation conducted by the New Hampshire State Fire Marshal's Office and the Bedford Police Department, they indicate carbon monoxide was at least a factor.
Well, the biggest thing is that it's just odorless, colorless, and it'll just sneak up on you. You'll have no idea what's going on. You may just think all of a sudden you're tired, fall asleep, and unfortunately there's cases where people just don't wake up.
Assistant Chief Hodge says this can be caused by running equipment such as generators or combustion tools, emitting carbon monoxide gas inside or too close to a person's house.
Or they've got something inside the house that normally gets vented out, and there's a problem with that ventilation, or there's a problem with the actual, say, the furnace or something like that.
He advises following manufacturers' recommendations, conduct regular maintenance checks, and always have working carbon monoxide detectors. They are available in many stores and online.
They're very inexpensive and they could absolutely save your life.
The latest safety recommendations can be found by contacting agencies like the Red Cross, the National Fire Protection Agency, or your local fire department. He says when it comes to protecting yourself and your loved ones, they are happy to help.
If you ever need anybody to come and check, if you feel that there's a problem, call the fire department. We will come. We've got gas monitors that'll detect that, and we have no problem coming and checking if you have any concerns.
In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, midnight tonight is the deadline for online voter registration in Maine. Maine is one of dozens of states that offers online voter registration, which will be accepted online until the clock strikes 12. This is not the only way to register, though. You can register in person and at local election offices up until Election Day. This comes as there are only 20 days left until Election Day, so it's an important reminder to register online. Check out this link in the story on our website, foxbangor.com.
Well, the PFAS Fund Advisory Committee is looking for public feedback on the next phase of the fund's implementation. The advisory committee was established by the Maine legislature to oversee and recommend how to use the $60 million in the fund. The committee is inviting Maine residents, especially farmers affected by PFAS, to share their insights, concerns, and experiences. Since the fund went into effect in March, several initiatives have been launched, including financial aid for impacted farmers and a process to purchase PFAS-contaminated farmland from farmers at fair market value. A public meeting is being held October 24th from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. at Deering 10190 Blossom Lane in Augusta. You can also participate virtually.
Well, health officials are expanding the number of grocery store chains impacted by a massive meat recall linked to listeria concerns. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says Walmart, Target, Kroger, 7-Eleven, and Aldi are now included in its list of stores that carried potentially contaminated pre-cooked meat from producer Bruce Pack. Last week, the agency announced a recall of nearly 10 million pounds of ready-to-eat meat and poultry. The recall includes products from several brands, from frozen foods to sandwiches and wraps. No illnesses linked to the recall have been reported, but the agency warns consumers to throw away or return the recalled products.
Certainly a little bit more sun out there today, I noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got out to enjoy it at all.
Oh yeah, always. I'm a slave to my dog, so
I know.
that is the advantage, though, is that you get outside,
It's an excuse.
whether it's nice or not. All right, well, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast.
Hey, Beth and Devin, thank you. Happy Tuesday. Feeling a lot like fall out there today with temperatures hanging out pretty much in the 50s, so an improvement from yesterday, but still a bit cool. Don't worry, warmer temperatures are in the 5-day forecast. The wind out there today, pretty much out of the north-northwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour, making it feel a bit cooler. Also out there is a small craft advisory through tomorrow. There's still wave heights out here approaching 8 to 10 feet. Okay, so rain showers back off to our west today. Pretty much stayed there. It was close call though, right? Overall, decreasing clouds out there tonight, and tomorrow is going to be a very nice day. As all of this kind of falls apart, high pressure is going to build in. We have several nice days of weather on the way for us. Our forecast though for tonight though is decreasing clouds late, like really late, with low temperatures down near 40. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Devin.
Thanks, Jeff. Coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, the city of Waterville is partnering with the Beth Israel Synagogue to celebrate Sukkot as a community.
And our Jody Hersey caught up with a local author who has a very unique collection. All of those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Me and my co-workers get up and we go into work every day. Yet illegal immigrants in this state are getting things handed to them for free. Jared Golden voted to protect sanctuary cities instead of voting to help his own people. Jared Golden pretends to be a moderate, but he's not. Washington has exposed Jared Golden for what he truly is, a tax and spend, liberal, Democrat. He says one thing and does another.
Strategic Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party. Don't miss the world premiere of Stegosaurus and your favorites, Bigfoot, Megarex, Tiger Shark, and more. Be amazed by the high flyers of freestyle motocross and the all-new fire and frost-breathing robot, Arctic God. Plus the pre-show VIP and Power Smashers pre-show before each performance. Kids tickets start at just $12.50. Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Truck toys come to life at Cross Insurance Center, October 18th through the 20th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
All That's Metal, Bangor Tire Company, Danforth's Down Home Supermarket, Driveway Maintenance and Paving, Maniac Snack Shack, Overhead Door Company of Bangor, R&R Auto Body, and Twin City Tile.
I work 60 hours a week and I live with my father. You can't get an apartment by yourself anymore. Jared Golden and liberals in Congress are giving free housing to illegal immigrants. That is not fair. Jared Golden says one thing here in Maine and then goes to DC and does something different. He's made life here in Maine even harder.
Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Through a unique partnership, the city of Waterville is bringing the community together this week to share in a Jewish holiday known as Sukkot. It's one of the most important holidays in the Jewish calendar that marks the end of the harvest season with communal gatherings. One central feature is the building of the sukkah, a temporary hut that is roofed with natural foliage. The city of Waterville has partnered with the Beth Israel congregation in Waterville, and Waterville Creates to build a sukkah right in downtown for the community to gather in.
It was actually a discussion with the town around Hanukkah and whether that would be the holiday the Jewish community here would want to celebrate. And they said, actually, that's not our favorite. This is our favorite. And it's also really a welcoming, inclusive holiday for everyone to gather.
Sanborn says this is the only municipal sukkah in the United States. It's located in the square next to City Hall and will be open to the public starting tomorrow. To learn more about other events planned for the week-long holiday, visit our website, foxbangor.com.
Well, a reminder tonight that ABC7 and Fox 22 has partnered with the American Red Cross to do our part in helping those impacted by Hurricanes Helene and Milton.
Those recovery efforts are massive and really just beginning. And from what the Red Cross has told us that they're hearing, it is even worse than the ground that people think.
Entire communities in North Carolina have been swept away, infrastructure wiped out, and people are in need of the most basic necessities, things you and I take for granted. Florida has also endured a devastating couple of weeks thanks to Helene and Milton. We want to help ensure that the Red Cross has the resources it needs to continue its life-saving work, letting folks know that they are not alone. So scan the QR code on your screen right now to donate to the Red Cross hurricane relief efforts. Every little bit counts.
You can also head to our website where there is a link to our partnership website with the Red Cross. You can donate there as well. Our website, of course, is foxbangor.com.
Well, meanwhile, coming up in sports, Maine ice hockey prepares for a top 10 test at the Alfond. Well, that story after the break.
I was hurt in a bad motorcycle accident, and I was laid up for a couple months.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, call Joe today for a free case evaluation.
I'm really grateful they won my case for me.
Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Jared Golden reversed his position on gun control. Golden flipped. Golden now supports a ban on the most commonly held rifle in the U.S. Jared Golden is not one of us. The NRCC is responsible for the content of his advertising.
Remember the fun of family game night with Monopoly?
I'm gonna put 2 hotels on Boardwalk.
You can't do that.
Really? Are you kidding me?
Well, now there's a new way to play with 2 new Monopoly tickets from the main lottery. There's a fast play game with a top prize of $250,000 and an instant ticket with bonus chances to win.
My turn again.
Hey, look at this. It's all the excitement of Monopoly, but with real money.
Maine is built on strength and independence, but lately, our future feels uncertain. I'm an Army veteran, a mother, a doctor, so I know what it means to fight for my family, my neighbors, and my state. I'm running for Senate because Maine deserves better. It's time for real leadership, someone who will work to lower costs, secure our borders, and protect our way of life. My name is Demi Kazunas, and I approve this message because I am running to stand up for you.
Jared Golden reversed his position on gun control. Golden flipped. Golden now supports a ban on the most commonly held rifle in the U.S. Jared Golden is not one of us. The NRCC is responsible for the content of his advertising.
Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call Joe Bornstein, right now.
Call the firm that has been getting justice for Mainers for 50 years. If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Bangor, located in the Penobscot Plaza, providing custom ink by licensed artists for more than 20 years.
Welcome back in, folks. We'll start on the ice tonight, where Maine men's ice hockey is hard at work preparing for national rank number 7 Quinnipiac. The Black Bears are currently ranked number 9 in the country, according to the USCHO national poll, which makes it a top 10 matchup at the Alphon this weekend. This is Maine's 3rd consecutive year meeting the Bobcats in October. The teams have split those games down the middle 2-2. Head coach Ben Barr says this will be a great early season test for his team.
I think, in practice today that some guys getting frustrated with, turning pucks over, getting hit, which is good because, we haven't been frustrated that much in the first 2 games. We're going to get frustrated against Quinnipiac because they're really well coached. They're always on the right side of the play. They're not going to make mistakes. So when we have to be able to play our game when it's not a wide open, we have the puck and it's fun all the time.
The players say they welcome the early test and that it's even sweeter having it be up here at the Alphon.
To have them for our test of our season, to see where our culture's at, it's really important for us. This is a huge weekend. It's probably the biggest weekend we're going to have in the first half. They are a team that plays the same way, no matter the year, no matter the night.
I mean, there's nothing like having the support that we do, and I think that just ups the ante and, gives us juice, and, we build off the environment that, the Alphon brings.
One of many big events for homecoming weekend over there in Orono. We'll head down to Foxborough now to check in with the Patriots coming off their loss to the Houston Texans. In his Monday press conference, Patriots head coach Gerard Mayo praised the rookie QB Drake May, who made his first start on Sunday, throwing 3 touchdowns and for 243 yards. However, Mayo mentioned the run game needs to improve. The Patriots rushed for a total of 82 yards, which will rarely get it done in the NFL. Here's what Mayo had to say about the offense.
And offensively, we have to make big plays. I thought yesterday overall, Drake did a good job with his reads and getting the ball out. Was it perfect? No. Will he get better? Absolutely. But we got to do a better job, supporting, a rookie quarterback. Yesterday, the run game, something that we've been good at for the majority of the year, was non-existent, and we just got to get back to the basics.
Many, including myself, were worried about May starting behind the banged-up offensive line. May was sacked 4 times and took multiple hits, both in the pocket and on the run, but Mayo said the young quarterback's toughness impressed him and his staff.
I mean, we knew he could make plays with his legs. We knew he had a good arm and can really push the ball down the field. I would say the thing that was a pleasant surprise, he did take some shots yesterday. I think there were 1 or 2 where he got up a little bit slow, but just his overall toughness, I think, was on display yesterday.
That is all the time we have for sports. Here's your full 5-day forecast.
All right, Jack, thank you. Lows in the 30s last night, highs only in the 40s to 50s out there. Today it feels a lot like fall, but 60s are back in the forecast as soon as probably Thursday into Friday around here. Today, though, 53 here in Bangor, 51 in Millinocket, an improvement from yesterday, but overall still a bit chilly with that gusty northwest wind across the area as well. In the spirit of it could always be colder, here's a live look now at the South Pole Research Station, where the high temperature today was 51 degrees below zero. Right? That's cold. For us, though, that's going to be far away from us for now. Warmer temperatures building across the west, and some of this will begin to slide our direction. We do have some 60s in the 5-day forecast. Until then, though, still some wind out there tonight. Some wind gusts today near 25 miles per hour, and it feel a bit cooler. Overall, this will die down a bit tonight, and that could give us some dense fog after midnight. And still, our favorite small craft advisory out there. There's still some wave heights offshore approaching 8 to 10 feet tonight into about midday-ish tomorrow. Okay, so all day long the radar's like, uh-oh, we're in trouble, right? But we're not. The dew points around here, this area is incredibly dry. So although there's returns on the radar out here that's not reaching the ground right now, we'll likely keep things mostly cloudy for several hours tonight. And then all of this is going to evaporate in the atmosphere. We're going to keep things dry. Then tomorrow, return to partly cloudy skies throughout the day, if not mostly sunny skies tomorrow, as all this kind of pulls out of the neighborhood. Until then, though, high pressure is going to build in for us tomorrow. I know this looks bad, right? But it's not. It's all going to fall apart. High pressure is going to build in, and then we're off for several nice days around here. In fact, most of us will stay dry into the weekend. Our next weather system, a weak one, gets in here probably later Sunday. That's this guy over here, and that could bring us some rain showers later on Sunday. Until then, though, our system out there tonight is going to fall apart. Tomorrow it's going to be lots of sunshine throughout the day. Clear tomorrow night. Some cool night temperatures, though, too. Frost is likely later tonight, tomorrow night as well. And then lots of high pressure building in for Thursday into Friday into Saturday, probably parts of Sunday, before we get our next weather system in here, most likely later on Sunday. And that could bring us a couple of sprinkles on Sunday. I think most of us will probably stay dry. There are no big systems in our forecast anytime soon, and the rainfall looks like this, so not a lot, right? Maybe a 1/10 of an inch rain between now and a week from now across our region. And we could use the rainfall still. Drought conditions across the west, drought conditions across here, levels 1 and 2 across the state currently. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down near 36, and a west breeze around 5. For tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy, high temperatures back low to mid 50s tomorrow with a gusty northwest wind. Then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows an improvement, right? So 52 tomorrow, lots of sunshine Thursday, 58, and those are 60s back in the forecast for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The weekend looks fantastic with plenty of sunshine.
That is some nice looking weather heading our
forward to
way.
it.
Indeed. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's what you need to know about
no-show Austin Terrio.
Austin Terrio skipped work in the State House, but still took his paycheck.
What a deadbeat.
Now Terrio wants a promotion.
To join Washington politicians?
Trying to cut the Social Security and Medicare benefits that we earned.
I can't afford a cut, and I don't think anybody else can.
I think it's wrong. I earned it by working the years that I worked.
No-show Terrio is not gonna work for Maine.
HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message.
Big drug companies were ripping off diabetics like me. Jared Golden knew that was wrong, and he voted to cap insulin at $35 a month for seniors. Not Austin Terrio. He said the bill Jared supported wouldn't help everyday middle-class people like me. Terrio isn't even in Congress yet, and he's already out of touch and is on the record opposing benefits for seniors on Medicare. We can't afford Austin Terrio.
There's no question this year, reproductive rights, reproductive freedom is on the ballot. Mary, what was your reaction the day you heard about the Dobbs decision?
I never thought we would be back here. I just never did.
Mom, I remember I grew up with you telling me I had the choice to do what I wanted with my body.
There's no room in a doctor's office for the patient, the doctor, and the government. This is one of the reasons I want to go back, because there's a lot of work left to be done.
Make Roe v. Wade the law of the land.
You have my word. I'm Angus King, and I approve this message.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message.
A 13-year-old girl was raped in Mississippi, but anti-abortion extremists passed a law that forced her to carry the pregnancy to term.
They have no right. It's horrifying.
Absolutely horrific.
Abel,
Now the same thing could happen in every state. Austin, Ontario is on the side of extremists that want to ban abortion nationwide.
Even for rape, no matter how young the victim.
I think they're out of their minds.
They're going to try to control women. It's absolutely nuts.
Welcome back. Hundreds of drugstores are targeted for closure. Walgreens will close 1,200 stores. It's part of the company's 3-year turnaround plan. It had 8,600 stores in June when it first revealed its plans to downsize. Parent company Walgreens Boost Alliance lost $3 billion in the summer quarter. Drugstores have been impacted by low drug reimbursement rates. Walgreens also has been impacted by shoppers looking for bargains. Sales of groceries and other items at Walgreens stores were down 1.7%. The company expects its healthcare business and international business to grow, though it sees its retail pharmacy business slowing.
Well, this weekend, downtown Bucksport will transform into a wicked world for the community's annual Ghostport Festival. The free event will kick off at 10 o'clock Saturday morning and feature attractions for all ages, including the newly added Trick or Trivia and a wandering magician, of course. Volunteer Emily Fitzgerald says organizers anticipate this year to be the biggest and spookiest yet.
If you come down here at 10, you'll see the parade. It's adorable. You have all kinds of costumes and kids walking down the street. A flood of them will head into a tent over at the Historical Society.
The event will conclude at 10 p.m. with a showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Alamo Theater. For more information and a full list of activities, you can head to our website.
A Maine author has collected the stories of 56 of the most inspiring people he has known, people who have been in the public eye, on the battlefield, or in the classroom. He shares their amazing stories of courage and kindness in his new book called Cherish America. Our Jody Hersey sat down with him to learn more.
If we don't write it down, it is lost.
Robert Charles of Wayne has lived an extraordinary life. He has served as Assistant Secretary of State under Colin Powell and held positions in the Reagan and Bush 41 White Houses. Through those experiences, he has met some incredible people, heroes who did remarkable things for neighbors and complete strangers. So he decided to write about them in his new book, Cherish America, Stories of Courage, Character, and Kindness.
This book essentially is emblematic of the idea that one life touches many lives, and all these lives touched mine.
It took Charles 6 years to write this book that features presidents, veterans, law enforcement officers, teachers, nurses, and many Maine residents. He believes the individuals he wrote about are who they are because of their upbringing.
They lived with a sense of appreciation for hard work. A lot of their lives were defined by faith. We don't talk about God very much, but you know what? Almost everybody in this book quietly is animated by the idea that God played a role in their lives. I'm talking about aviators who should never have survived in battle conditions.
Charles says his book will reignite readers' love for America and the power of the human spirit.
So these stories are about the fact that we, Mainers in particular, but Americans at large, we are other regarding, as the philosophers say. We look out for other people, we look out for each other, and so this book was written in many ways to remind us of our better selves.
In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7, take care and have a great night.
And for more of your local news, join us on Fox 22 News tonight at 6:30.
Jared Golden reversed his position on gun control. Golden flipped. Golden now supports a ban on the most commonly held rifle in the U.S. Jared Golden is not one of us. The NRCC is responsible for the content of his advertising.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Call the twos. We win for you.
Tonight, the final push of the campaign trail. Plus, with 45 days left in hurricane season and back-to-back disasters, the rhetoric and challenges.
That's also true, but at the time that this happened, they were off-leash where they weren't supposed to be. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $864. We're done. Thank you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
Her dog came breaking in through the gate where we were and attacked my dogs.
My dog didn't hurt his dog until he cussed and tried kicking my dog.
It's the scariest day I ever had.
Yeah, my dog reacted, but I've had this dog 7 years. She's never had a problem.
Be responsible.
My dog bit his dog, but it's not how he makes it seem.
Coming up, a man is dead after a shooting in Waterville Tuesday morning.
Plus, multiple southern states are facing long roads to recovery after the devastation of Hurricanes Helene and Milton, but we have a way you can support them.
And we'll sit down with Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness to talk about the many uses of cranberries. Those stories and much more just ahead.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Police are investigating a shooting this morning in Waterville. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. One person has been confirmed dead as a result of the shooting that took place along Highwood Street. New information now just released. Our Grace Blanchard joins us live in studio with the latest. Grace.
Thank you, Beth and Devin. Police have released the identity of the victim involved in this morning's shooting and have a suspect in custody. According to police, crews responded to the parking lot of Mount Joseph for a report of multiple gunshots. Police located a deceased